Well, just getting set to go. Second period about to get underway. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties there late in the first period with the Wi-Fi here at the arena. Looks like we've got that all sorted out. We're hardwired in. Looks like we're good for the rest of the afternoon. Shots on goal period number 1, 14 for Port Stanley, 7 for Dorchester. Score still knotted up at 0. All you missed was a couple minors. And now Dorchester on the power play for the second time this afternoon. Here's Dewberry with a shot from the point, bang on. Morgan Reed makes the save.
Today's Dorchester Minor Hockey Day, the Dolphins would like to recognize the novice PE team, currently sitting behind the Dolphins bench. They recently won the prestigious tournament in Collingwood. Congratulations, novices, from the Dorchester Dolphins.
So the Dolphins 0 for 2 on the power play. Came into today with the league-leading power play after a big performance with the man advantage last night. Here's Ryan Tuffin now circling out to Fuller at the point. He let a long shot go, hit a shin pad out front. Now O'Shaughnessy picks it up to Dewberry, back to O'Shaughnessy, back to Dewberry. Into O'Shaughnessy again. He's going to shoot off a shin pad, now out to the blue line. Dewberry couldn't keep it in. It was tipped out by Derek Finley of the Sailors. Now back the other way quickly comes Ryan Tuffin. He's going to feed it in. Warby, the first one on it. He's going to wrestle with the puck, or for the puck, with Michael Woolley. Penalty coming up. And it's going to be Worley going to the box.
For the second minor of the game, interference is the call. The Dolphins have done a spectacular job killing off their first 5 power play, or their first 5 penalty kills of this game. Let's see if they can kill off number 6. The puck comes out. Carrero with it. Making some moves, makes one behind the net, loses the puck, picks it up again, in behind the net to the cabin. McCauley with the puck, he sends it out to the point. Tyler Blue gives it to McCauley. McCauley loses it to a Sailor. It goes back to Blue.
How about this Dolphins penalty kill? They're spending it all on the Port Stanley end. Now the Sailors try to get rolling, but kept in by Carrero. Carrero, recent pickup from the St. Thomas Stars. 5 goals in his last 2 home games. He's looking for another one right here. A shot with a save made by Morgan Reed. Back the other way come the Sailors. They'll lose the puck. Well, now they'll regain it. Now circling behind the net. A wraparound attempt. Didn't go. That was Josh Reda. Reda out there with Tyler Bolo and Matt DaCosta.
Carrero tried once, twice, couldn't clear it. It'll finally go back out, but the Sailors will bring it back in. On the far boards, oh, a nice little tic-tac-toe broken up by Spencer Beer. I believe the net came off. Yep, net's off, so face off should be to the right of Alex Tokarewicz.
.29 seconds left in the man advantage for Port Stanley. There's a shot that goes wide, and it's going to get all the way out. 20 seconds left now in the man advantage.
Michael Blue, the lone forechecker, but the Sailors will bring it out nonetheless. Along the far boards, Zinga with a shot out front, cleared by Michael Blue. 6-5, 4-3. That should end the penalty.
Hardwick taking his man into the boards now. Warby out of the box. And offside against the Sailors. So we did have a chance to talk to Alec Tokarewicz before the game as well tonight.
The Torger with Dolphins starting goalie today, Alex Dekarowitz, 5-2 on the year and ready to make start number 9 today. You all set? Oh yeah, for sure. I'm always ready. And what did you think of the performance of the boys last night? The boys battled hard. We listened to our coach, and we just went to work. And you've probably got more work than you thought you would get so far this year. You've been happy about that? I'm always happy when I get to play. And what do you think of the team so far, your first year? The team has been good. Everyone from the top down has just been excellent. The boys are awesome. Make me laugh. And boy, it's just awesome here. I love it. What's your background before coming to Dorchester? I played Medway High School for half of last year, and then I was up with Lambton Shores up in B for the last 2 months of last year. So, big difference between Junior B and Junior C? They both have some pretty good players, but in B, I'd say it's a little quicker, a little crisper. And you guys all set for Port Stanley today? Oh, for sure, yeah. We're ready. Alex Tokarowicz, starting goalie for tonight's Dorchester Dolphins.
So that was the last of the interviews we taped ahead of time. Now Port Stanley on the charge and a shot. Tokarowicz makes the save. Still donuts being put up by these two goalies. Both Tokarowicz and Mason Reed have played spectacular today. Port Stanley trying to get something rolling now. There's a shot, bad angle. Tokarowicz makes the save. Digging for the puck now is Tanner Turley. Puck goes the length of the ice. Good hustle by O'Shaughnessy. 2-on-0.
Knocked Josh Miller down. Nice shot from Ryan Tuffin.
Tuffin able to let that one go from the top of the circle.
How about Ryan Tuffin's season so far? 19 points, 12 of them goals in only the Dolphins' 14 games so far. Definitely a big pickup this year. He had that A dropped on him early, and he has proved that he is worthy of it. 2-on-1 for the Sailors. Nice save by Tokarowicz. Flying through the area, 3 sticks flying at him, and he gloved it.
He made the save, and the rebound was sitting right on the doorstep. And a great glove save on that rebound. 15-12 left to play here in the second. Still no score.
Tuffin out front. Dewberry couldn't get a stick on it. It goes to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy tried to send it to Dewberry. Dewberry tried to send it to O'Shaughnessy. Nobody can get their stick on this one. It comes back out to the D. Fuller losing it at his feet. It comes out front, knocked away by Chaberlaw. Out front, shot, just high. And here comes Ryan Tuffin. Ryan Tuffin goes the length of the ice, just out of reach of Mike Warby. And face off.
Face off to the left of Tokarowicz. So Lucan pulled out a big come-from-behind win last night to stay 4 points up on Dorchester. Dorchester trying to get the win tonight. First place, or a shot at first place, could be somewhat on the line on Wednesday night as Dorchester heads to Lambeth for their next game of the season on the road Wednesday night against the Irish. 14-10 left to play. No score. Port Stanley out shooting the Dolphins 20-10 right now. Of course, it was Port Stanley that delivered the Dolphins a home loss in their home opener this year, 3-2 on that opening Friday night. Now Warby back to pick it up. And now here come the Dolphins through the neutral zone. Back the other way. Chance for Zach Zinga. Oh, he let it dangle. And unable to pull it off. Tyler Blue gets it around to Warby. He tries to chip it out. It doesn't go. Kept in at the blue line. Here's a one-timer by Zinga. Went high and wide.
Zinga with puck on the near boards.
He's out there with Tanner Turley and Alex Weaver. Net came off. That was the reason for that.
Face off to the left of Alex Tokowitz. Prokes knocks that shot aside.
Prokes still digging behind the net now. Hartwick gets it up the boards and it's chipped out. But into the Port Stanley bench by Lucas Mascarani.
The Dorchester Minor Hockey Day, the Dolphins would like to recognize the Alex PDT seated Dexter penalty box for their red jerseys. Led by Coach Chuck Derby, 10th Stanley City champion. They recently finished third place bronze medal game at the prestigious Conference Tournament. Congratulations, Alex, from the Dorchester Dolphins.
Centering pass now. Here come the Dolphins back the other way. Going to be Ben Lawton.
Out front, Hartwick is unguarded. Just waiting for a pass that doesn't come as the puck goes back out. Prokes chips it back in.
Long pass. It'll come down to the Dorchester end. Prokes back the other end now. Picking it up. He goes behind the net. Comes all the way around towards the blue line where it's kept in for the time being. And face off. So it's going to be just outside the Dorchester blue line.
Score still all knotted up at 0. Shots a whole different story, 20-10, favoring the Sailors.
Here's Jordan Fuller behind his own net. And icing coming up against the Sailors. Face off will go all the way back down in the Port Stanley end.
To the left of Morgan Reed.
Dorchester Minor Hockey Association.
12:05 left. There's a shot. Quick shot by Tuffin, but he missed the cage. Puck goes all the way down to the Dorchester end where Dewberry will pick it up. Dewberry out to Fuller, who gets it ahead. Brulot, he tried to dangle through the middle. Lost the puck, though. Now Fuller's still battling for it. Takes a bump. Now Fuller just outside the blue line again. He'll dump it back in.
Fuller's going to get a pair for holding.
Well, Fuller had the other player's stick hooked up under his arm.
Yeah, he couldn't get it out. He tried.
So the Dolphins living dangerously. 7th power play opportunity for Port Stanley with 11:23 left to play here in the second, excuse me.
That's Fuller's second holding penalty of the game and the Dolphins' third holding penalty so far tonight.
Dolphins penalty number 5, Jordan Fuller. 2 minutes for holding the stick. Accountability 8 minutes, 37 seconds. That's Fuller for holding the stick at 8:37.
Here's Zinga out front, loses it. Wrong shot and it's in. It's going to be Michael Woolley with his 6th of the year. And Port Stanley's really had Dorchester's number here this year. That win on opening day. Dolphins got one back, but tonight, or today, this afternoon, it's been a lot of Port Stanley. Shots 21-11. Carrero being checked off the puck now. Now Tyler Blue. Head to Warby. Warby tries to dump it in. Zinga picked it up. Coming back the other way are the Sailors. Good hit by Tyler Blue on Alex Weaver. Weaver now battling with Blue behind the net now. Turley in the mix as well. He's digging. Zach Zinga out front. Zinga pucking the feet. Backhand. There's Turley with a shot and just went wide. An open corner of the net.
Tokarwitz made a couple nice saves.
Great chance for Tanner Turley. And Tokarwitz, they're down 1-0, but no fault to him. He's been dynamite. McCauley's got a man breaking. It's Warby. He's in alone. Warby with a shot. He missed the net. McCauley had a shot. It went off his shin pad.
That was off Carrero's shin pad. I think Carrero's hurting a bit on the leg.
Zinga shoots one wide off the back glass. Centering pass. Tried to get it to Derek Finley, but it didn't go. Now it's Brady Duncan. He's going to get it out to Worley. Worley will flip it up ahead. It's going to go the length of the ice. Icing the call on the Dolphins. A couple great chances there for both squads. And 9:26 left in the second period. Still no score. So the timekeepers just buzzed the ref. That's the hold up here. The ref over there conversing with the timekeeper.
So an interesting stat, through a period and a half, Dorchester's had 7 penalties. That's just over a half a period worth of penalties. It's like almost 3/4 of a period worth of penalties. If they hadn't gotten that, it probably would be either a 0-0 game or it could very well be the Dolphins game by this point.
So the ref now over talking with the Port Stanley bench.
So now the ref's over confirming that with the Dolphins bench. Nobody's in the box. I don't know what it's about. It was an icing called. We're going back to the timekeepers to confirm something. But how about Chris Carrero? 9 goals in 8 games. 15 points. So the top 3 players on the Dolphins points-wise are Ryan Tuffin, Brian McCauley, and Chad Brouillot in that order. And they've all played 14 games. Chris Carrero's only played 8. We're back underway. It's out. Masseroni stops, waits for the cavalry, tries to send it out front. It goes off Ludden's stick, and the Sailors will dump it back out.
Tokarwitz strong again. Another big save by the Dorchester netminder. There's a blast that goes wide. Lawton will be the first one on it. Can't get to it now. It's Probst trying to check his man. Duncan out front. Loses the puck. Hartwick delivers a blow down in the corner. Duncan will finally get it out. Puck goes the length of the ice. And Morgan Reed out to play it for the Sailors.
Morgan Reed's mad because Hartwick gave him a little bump on the way by with the stick. But here come the Sailors. Offside is the call. And a pair of them offside.
And we found out the issue that was going on. Apparently, number 19, Michael Woolley, who scored that goal, isn't on the score sheet. So Mike Woolley, who got the goal, not even on the score sheet. We'll see if there's any fallout from that or not. That's pretty good. A guy not being dressed scoring a goal, though. To try that one out.
Yeah, because Mike Woolley was the guy who came out 5 minutes into the first period.
Right.
I say that he can't score a goal if he's not playing. So that would still make the game 0-0. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Ryan Tuffin on the far boards.
Picked up in the corner by Derek Finley. He tries to get it out. Can't. Now it's Berlot feeding it out front of the net. Doesn't go. Port Stanley on the fast break. Long lead pass. Keaton McIntyre missed it. Now Port Stanley will bring it in. There's a long shot. Tokowitz makes the save off the stick of Josh Miller. So face off to the left of Tokowitz, 7:24 left to play here in period number 1. In period number 2, check that. So Dorchester will be in action Wednesday night in Lambeth, Friday night in Tempsford. And then back here at the Flight Exec Center for a home game against Exeter on Saturday. Jordan Beer tried to feather that one in, didn't go. Carrero gets it though. He'll scoot around. Leaves it for McCauley. McCauley fires a long shot on net, handled easily by Morgan Reed. So Morgan Reed, sporting a 7.9 goals against average, comes in here tonight and is playing like the second coming of Terry Sawchuk. Definitely going to help that 7.98 goals against average. An 0-2 record. So Reed looking for his first win of the year and trying to get it against the defending Southern Ontario Junior Hockey League champs. Carrero had a chance out front. Him and Warby and Brian McCauley have really clicked on this line since they've come together. Now it's Tyler Blue ahead to Warby. Warby goes rink wide. Just past the outstretched reach of McCauley. Now McCauley circles. Centering pass, put it in the skates of Tyler Blue, and he couldn't do much with it. Now this one off the glass. Takes a funny hop. Kept in by Spencer Beer. Back to Beer at the point. Long shot goes high. Tyler Blue now picks it up. Rink wide to Carrero. Didn't get all the way through. Carrero will feather it back behind the net. Warby. Man runs into him. And bounces off Warby. Now Carrero again with the puck.
There were about 3 of them that bounced off Warby. Mascaroni takes a good job of keeping it in. Warby on the near boards with the puck. Centered. Tried to get it to Mascaroni. Couldn't keep it.
Long shot off the blocker at Tokowitz. Everybody on the change. Long lead pass to Carrero, but he's got to wait for the troops. Here's Tyler Blue at the net. Carrero with the shot. Blue couldn't tip it. Now Michael Blue will feed it behind for Mastroani. Leaves it for Mikey Blue, but intercepted. And now back the other way. Nice move of the Dorchester blue line. There's the shot.
Scored.
McIntyre found the 5-hole.
I'm not sure if McIntyre got the goal or the guy who shot it after got it.
So Port Stanley goes up 2-0. 4:55 left to play here in the second. And for as much emotion as the Dolphins played with last night, they haven't looked near as sharp tonight or today. So they're showing that first Port Stanley goal as Josh Simmons from Zach Zinga. But again, it was Woolley that shot the puck. There's a chance on the doorstep for Hartwick. Now it's Mikey Blue in the corner. Loses the puck. Back the other way. Keenan McIntyre. McIntyre, drop pass, shot. Tokarwitz makes the save. And now they're digging at Tokarwitz. Duncan taking some exception to that. Hartwick getting in the mix as well. Wouldn't be a scrum around the neck without Colin Hartwick. Hartwick had a dandy chance at the other end.
I think that we should put a GoPro on Colin Hartwick's helmet and have the game story of Colin Hartwick, and we should post it on YouTube.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we need sound and everything, hear all the chirps.
So the Dolphins will go on the power play. A penalty coming up to Cal Horvat.
Number 6, McIntyre. Assistant number 5, Derek Finley.
Keith McIntyre with a pair of points on 2 goals so far. On the far boards, Jordan Fuller feeds it into Tuffin. Tuffin to Fuller, blast from Fuller. It comes back out. And it's Caleb Dewberry to Fuller. Fuller, along the near boards. Nice shot, nice pass to Tuffin. And they're going to dump it all the way back down the other end of the ice. Covered up and snowed.
Dewberry taking exception to that. Little snow job by Alex Weaver on Tokarwitz. Tokarwitz handled that long dump in. Froze the puck. I got news for you, Alex Weaver. That's the wrong guy to mess with. So 2-0 Port Stanley, 3:42 left to play here in the second. Dolphins had a great chance last time down the ice, passed a Tuffin, and he got stick checked right at the last minute.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to mess with somebody who's got the biggest, heaviest stick on the ice.
Now here's Dewberry, long wrist shot, high and wide. Fuller keeps it in. He'll play it behind the net to Dewberry. Dewberry circles. Fuller, long shot, nobody could tip it. Port Stanley player tries to freeze it, but it's dug out.
Tuffin tried to poke it out. Digging, Tuffin with the puck now. Holding. Oh, he makes a nice pass from his knees to Caleb Dewberry. Nice tip out front. Another one. This shot from the far side. Jordan Fuller. O'Shaughnessy to Berlot. Berlot with the puck back to Fuller. Fuller along the near boards to Dewberry. Dewberry with a shot couldn't be tipped home.
Tuffin on the rebound. He'll pick it up far side to Dewberry. One-timer coming. And now it's knocked loose. That Dewberry shot knocked down by Tyler Bolo. Here's Dewberry back the other way.
They're back 5-on-5. Dewberry loses the puck. McCullough tries to pick it up, but it's Carrera with the final word. He takes a shot. Tipped out front by McCullough. McCullough along the far boards to the point. Across. Caleb Dewberry with another shot. This one handled by Morgan Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having your attention. Time to announce some winners of the PMHA free draw prizes. Go down the line and pick up your prize. The winner of the hockey bag is Art Zavitz.
So 1:56 left to play.
The winner of the Eastern Hockey Gloves.
Period number 2, 2-0 Port Stanley.
Searching for more winners in the next second.
Here's Zach Zinga. 1-on-1. Well played by Tyler Blue. Now it's Carrero. Near boards, right in front of the Port Stanley bench. Now,
He's
tripped up, no call on the play. Shoveled it into the net, but McCauley couldn't get there in time.
McCullough knocks his man down. It's sent back. Spencer Beer dumps it back in.
Oh, and now Weaver going at it with somebody on the Dorchester bench. And that's 2 minutes for being stupid.
Alex Weaver, 2 minutes for punching.
Face off to the right of Morgan Reed.
Stanley penalty number 17, Alex Weaver. 2 minutes for roughing.
Here's McCauley, feeds it down low to Warby. Brooks in there as well. Dolphins trying to get this rally going. And trying to get one on the board here on the power play before the end of the period.
Tyler Blue. Blue takes a shot.
Oh, off Warby's stick. Loose puck.
Warby. Oh, shot for Brooks.
That's
in! The whole dome goes wild here in Dorchester. It's a 2-1 hockey game with 35.3 left. The Dolphins finally got some momentum.
That all started, Warby was out front. McCauley centered it. I don't know if Warby knew it or not, but it bounced right off Warby's stick. By the time he finally took his shot, Morgan Reed had slid across. Somebody else had another whack at it, and it took a big bounce about 10 feet out. And Tommy Prokes hit one that hit a pad and went up in the top corner to make it 2-1. So the Dolphins trying to fight back right here. They've cut the lead in half. Offside the call.
They're giving Warby an assist. Nice play by Hardwick. He won it forward and got around his man, but tripped up going. Comes all the way back into Dorchester end. Here comes Caleb Dewberry streaking through the center. He makes a move. He shoots, and it's off the pad. Out front, centered by Blue. That was Michael Blue. And the Dolphins are going to go to the dressing room with their first bit of momentum that they've had all game.
Well, the Dolphins climb back in this hockey game after Port Stanley takes a 2-1 lead. The Dolphins make it 2-0 lead. Dolphins make it 2-1. We'll be back with the third period in about 10 minutes. Dolphins hockey on the Dolphins Radio Network. Brought to you by Bill Blaney Insurance Brokers.